So in today's session, we will be doing the chapter of menu planning. This is your dietetics textbook chapter, menu planning. It's a more practical based chapter. It will help you out to make diet plans and menu plans, okay, based on what age is of your client, their family members, how many members they have, what is the age. Okay, a baseline menu plan, you can make it from it. Then, depending on the disease conditions, specific targets, and all that, other chapters will guide you. The guiding principles will come from the other chapters. Okay, so the baseline, how many grams of rice, how many grams of uh, pulses, legumes, vegetables, okay, exchange list, options that you will find from menu planning. Is it clear to all? So, starting with the chapter, some definitions. Okay. Nutrition. What is the definition of nutrition? It is a science of food, the nutrients and other substances, their action, interaction, balance. Okay. How vitamins, minerals, macronutrients, how they interact with each other, what are their functions within your body, how there is a balance that is created between these nutrients, okay, how they are related to certain disease conditions, absence or toxic levels of it, okay, and what happens to the organism, that is us humans, when we eat certain nutrients, how it is digested, absorbed, how the body stores it, how these nutrients transports it is transported within our body, okay, how it is used, when and where it is used up, okay, and whatever remains or whatever that is in excess byproducts of these reactions, how it is taken out of the body. Okay, so when you study about nutrition, all these aspects are covered. Okay, especially when you see the chapters of vitamins and minerals, we learn about their function. Okay, what they do, what balance they create in the body, what are their functions. Okay, if you're deficient in this, what diseases you will get, toxic levels, what it will lead to. Okay, how a nutrient is absorbed, from which part of your intestine it is absorbed, how it is digested, how it is transported. Okay, that when we are studying about this, we are studying about nutrition. Okay. Then health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely the absence of a disease or any infirmity. This is what WHO, World Health Organization, has given for health. Okay, physical, mental, social well being. And not just you don't have any disease condition, you don't have any infection, doesn't always mean that you are healthy. Okay. Absence of disease not necessarily means that you are healthy. Absence of any infirmity, okay, or presence of an infirmity does not mean that you are unhealthy. Okay, like anyone who is specially abled people doesn't mean they are unhealthy. Okay, if they are physically, mentally, and socially and emotionally they are fit, they are healthy as well. Okay, lack of infirmity does not mean you are healthy always. That's the definition of WHO, health given by WHO. Now coming to determinants of food choice. What determines what you eat? Okay, all of the participants here are from different parts of the country. Okay, what makes your food so unique? Okay, what makes your own staple food unique? Why do you choose it? Okay, why is it prepared at your home on a regular basis? Okay, why certain foods are preferred, certain foods are not made, certain foods you choose rather to go out and eat, not prepare it at home. Okay, So these reasons are the determinants of your food choice. Okay. First is the biological determinants like hunger and satiety. Okay. Again, it is controlled by two hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Okay. Uh, Leptin is a hormone that makes you hungry. Ghrelin is a hormone that makes you feel satiated, full. Okay. When these hormones are in balance, you will have the right amount of hunger. And soon after having food, you will feel satiated. You know when to eat, when to stop eating. Okay. So biologically, you are made in such a way, okay, at a hormonal level, this controls your hunger and satiety is also under control. So if these hormonal levels are imbalanced, you don't have enough leptin or ghrelin, you will not feel hungry, you will not feel satiated, even if you eat. Okay, so that will not take you to a healthy route of eating pattern. Okay, so more or less, your central nervous system also controls your appetite. Appetite is different from hunger. Okay, hunger is completely biological response. Appetite is more psychological. You may be hungry, your body wants food. You may feel the hunger, but you don't have the heart to eat. Okay, you don't feel like eating. Okay, so that is the difference between hunger and appetite. Hunger is more of a biological process. Okay, then you have palatability, um, the pleasure of eating food just for the sake of having nutrients. We would all have retired with nutraceuticals. Okay, there are so many options in nutraceuticals: replacements, meal substitutes, protein powders, this, that. There are so much options. Okay, of nutraceuticals, which completely can substitute your food. Okay, if it is if you see food just to meet your certain target within your body, your RDA. Okay, if you want your food just to meet the target of your body, RDA, we will not necessarily go behind palatability, how it tastes and all. Okay, but palatability is important. This is what makes food delicious. Okay, makes it worthy to eat deliciously cooked food. The more because food is not only supposed to give you nutrition, you should also feel happy and pleasured by having had food. Okay, so that is determined by palatability. Then economic and physical determinants. This is the more financial aspects and also the access to food. First is cost and accessibility. You can have the same amount of nutrients, but it comes with a spectrum of cost. You have cheaper options, you have expensive options. Okay. Exotic fruits and all. Do you actually need exotic fruits in your diet on a daily basis? Which are not necessarily grown in India from an Indian standpoint. Do you actually need exotic fruits on a daily basis? Paying that high price margin? It's not required. You have much accessible, cheaper seasonal substitutes at home. Okay. So if you want to eat kiwi, blueberries, okay, dragon fruits, these kind of exotic fruits on a daily basis, it comes more from a choice standpoint. Since you can access it, you have the accessibility. You stay in regions where it is available. Okay, some metro cities, urban cities where exotic fruits are easily available. Okay, even if you have the money, even if you have the means to buy it, but you are in certain geographical terrains where there is no way how you can reach out to buying these exotic fruits. So that is accessibility issues. Okay, like if you are from a army background, you are posted in some rural areas of India. Okay, you may have the means, you may have the money, okay, but still you can't have the accessibility to buy certain things. Okay, so what is accessible and what is affordable, okay, that also plays an important role in choosing what you will eat. Okay, then education and knowledge. Usually when we talk about soybean chunks, okay, mostly most Indian households uh, nowadays they will have soybean chunks. Okay, but 10 to 15 years back, 10 to 15 years back, do you think soybean chunks was a common staple in your food, like when you were growing up in your school times and all? Do you think soybean chunk was something you used to take to school in your dabbas or tiffins, or on a weekly basis it was prepared at your home for vegetarians, especially for vegetarians? It wasn't. Okay. But now, what is the scenario? Do you think at least once a week, every household, irrespective of being vegetarian or non vegetarian, at least once a week, some soya chunk preparation is done? Do you think that is true? It is done because now people understand the importance of protein, why soybean chunk is a good source of protein, low fat, low carb, but good source of protein, vegetarian's protein. Now people are educated. Okay, even if they're not educated, but at least they are knowledgeable. Okay, they have access to knowledge through internet. They have access to knowledge. They know what is trending. Okay, so that is how food choices change over time. Okay, so education, how much you know, how much nutritional knowledge you have through various medium. Okay, not just that you have went to school, you have took your graduation in nutrition science courses. No, even apart from that, a regular layman, okay, who uses media to an extent, social media to an extent, will have some of the other knowledge of what food is good, what is not good, how much they should eat. Okay, some aspects of nutrition knowledge people do have. Okay, so that also determines what food they will have. And also some myth busting is also required. Recently, FSSAI has banned milk companies from marketing using certain marketing strategies to push A2 milk forward. Have you heard about that news? A1 and A2 milk, A1, A2 ghee. Okay, so recently FSSAI has declared that milk companies or dairy companies are not supposed to market A2 milk. Okay, the way how people started chanting about A2 milk being superior quality and all, okay, it's not a major determinant. Okay, there is not much difference between A1 and A2 apart from certain protein strands. Okay, one is slightly higher in protein, the other is slightly higher in fat. That's it. Okay, A1 milk and A2 milk is milks from cows. It's cow milk, okay? Uh, but two different breeds of cows. Their milk has a slight variation in terms of beta casein protein. That's it. That is the only difference. But nutritionally, both of them are quite similar, except for slightly being forward with protein. One milk, A2 milk is slightly higher in protein and it has less fat. Okay, slightly, not a major difference. Okay, but using that slight difference of beta casein, people have started marketing it. Okay, putting high price on that A2 milk, A2 ghee, A2 milk. They're priced quite high as compared to other breeds of cow milk. Okay, so now FSSAI has banned that. Within 6 months, whatever packaged milk you already have, you have to deplete it. Okay, after 6 months, whatever new packages you create should not have any misleading marketing gimmicks. Okay, so yeah, with education and knowledge will take care of that as well. Whatever common myth is existing among the public, that also has to be eradicated. Okay. So, next is social determinants. This is your cultural influences. Okay. Um, do you belong to a vegetarian family, non-vegetarian family, Jain family? Okay. How culture makes you choose certain food and avoid certain food. Will you eat beef or not? Will you eat pork or not? Okay. Will you eat insects, worms or not? Eating worms, insects and all is very common in the northeastern areas. Okay, silkworm and all, it's a very common food choice there. But if you ask someone else from other part of the country, they will not accept it. Culturally, they are not used to it. Not they have not been grown up in eating such things. Okay, so cultural influence also determines what food you can easily have, you will not have. Okay, in Odisha and all, some tribal communities, they make chutneys out of ant, raw live ant. They catch ants and they make chutney out of it. It is not even cooked. Okay, it's a raw ant chutney. Okay, along with the ant eggs and all. Okay, so not everyone will be open to start having it. Okay, it's a cultural influence. Okay, people from that specific tribe, nearby area, they know it. They can have it anytime. Okay, but apart from that, others will not. Okay, so that is cultural influence. Okay, what you are used to growing up. Okay, what kind of culture you are born into, that predetermines what kind of food choices you will have. Then your social context, your values, social settings, meal patterns. Okay, like in Jains, after 6 p.m., they will not eat anything, or after sunset. Okay, once the sun has set, Jains will not eat anything. So that a meal pattern is created. Okay, a religion has created a meal pattern. During the holy month of Ramadan, in Muslims, they follow a different meal pattern. The eating window is completely different from the other times. Okay, so that also comes under the social context. Okay, social trends also keep changing, like certain trends of bullet coffee, green tea, green coffee. Okay, turmeric milk, ginger turmeric shot. These all things, having the ABC juice. Okay, these all things came into regular practice because of social media trends. Okay, after a while, people will calm down, mellow down, they will move on to some other trend, right? Okay, these things also keep changing. 10 to 20 years back, green tea was not at all a concept in India, right? It's only after 2010 or after 2008 and so the green tea started picking up, the concept of green tea, having green tea, benefits of green tea and all. You started seeing the advertisements of it. Okay, growing up, if you are a 90s kid and all, growing up, you have never seen advertisements of green tea or green coffee, right? So these all, yeah, even oats. So these all things, it came with a social media trend. Okay, some people may stick to it, some may leave it and move on to some other social media trends. Okay, so that also so that you are also making a food choice here. Okay, so people who got onto the bandwagon of having green tea, okay, if they acquired the taste of green tea, well and good, they continued. If they couldn't acquire it, hardly for a week or a month they tried and they left it, right? So that's the social determinant. Your pressure, what everyone is doing, I also want to do the same. Everyone is eating oats for breakfast, I will also do that. Okay, overnight soaked oats, I will also do that. So it comes under the, it's not, there is nothing wrong in that. Okay, this is just different areas of food choices. Okay, you do not know, so but subconsciously how these many factors are impacting you to make certain food choices. Okay, then you have the psychological factors like having certain stress. Okay, it is very complex. Either people will start stress eating or they completely lose their appetite. It can go into both of these extremes. Okay. When you are stressed, your body wants that dopamine, and food can give you that pleasure. Food can induce the secretion of dopamine. So, to cope with stress, people tend to overeat. And this overeating, do you think this overeating that happens when you're stressed, will you overeat a home cooked healthy meal when you're stressed? Or you will seek out specific junk food that you know will give you that extra dopamine, right? When you are stressed, you will crave for outside food, some pizzas, burger, ice creams are very common. Okay, ice creams are very common because you know internally it's not a, it's a subconscious choice. Okay, you know which food, which kind of taste will give you that extra boost of dopamine which you presently require the most because you may be undergoing through stress. Okay, home cooked meal will not give you that kick off. It may say satiate you. Okay, you will feel food, you will feel satiated. Okay, but right now during when you're stressed, you need that extra kick of dopamine, that extra sweetness, chocolate. Okay, some caffeine boost. Okay, that comes from junk food, outside food. So that's how you deal with stress. That is how stress will affect your food choices. Then your mood swings. Okay, even in women when you're PMSing, the closer when you reach to your periods, okay, just before the periods, you crave for junk food. Okay, you crave for a lot of chocolate, something spicy. It depends. Okay, so mood swings also affects your uh, food choices. But when you have completed your periods, then you get uh, then you hit the fitness desire. You want to eat healthy. Okay, salads don't bother you. Once you are out of your periods, you start eating salads, you start focusing on your health. Okay, once your ovulation is done and all, again going back to the same choice of having something sweet. Okay, so that is mood. Then image, body image. To keep up with the social media fad of having a certain type of body figure, both in men and women. Okay. So what your the celebrities you're looking up to, what I eat in a day. Okay, these kind of videos get views. Why? It's because of the food choice based on body image. Okay, you must have seen celebrities just panning out through the day, what they eat, how they start their day. Okay, how much portion they have. Okay, what food choices they follow. Why these concept of videos are a hit? Because it creates a body image based food choice. Their fans or who their admirers will also try following the same food patterns. Okay, and in some cases other eating disorders will also start from this particular part. Okay, of maintaining the body image, having that body image. Eating disorders, anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, binge eating. Okay, so it's most common in women eating disorders, especially young girls, teenage girls. Okay, majority of the eating disorder situation it arises among young teenage girls. Then you have your consumer attitudes, beliefs, and knowledge, your optimistic bias. Okay, these all are the other areas. Your consumer attitudes means, for example, using vanaspati. In 1990s, dalda vanaspati was used in mostly every household. Like, okay, it was marketed that it's a really good source of fat. Okay, later it was known that it's a trans fat and it is the most bad thing that you can put on your plate. So consumer attitude changed again. Okay, earlier also certain food was considered really good, but then Maggie and all. Okay, it was like it was a game changer for 1990s and early 2000s. Okay, if women can't find enough time to cook, Maggie usually saved them. They are working, send put Maggie in the tiffin for kids. Okay, it really saved their time and time. But with time, we got to know how harmful it could be. Okay, packaged noodles could be as well. So consumer attitude again changes. Okay, what people think about a food today may not be the correct thing after 10 years. Okay, for example, right now it is happening with soy. Okay, soya milk, soy products and all. 5 years back, it was a big thing. It is the next big thing in the food industry. Okay, but then it was realized soy can also induce hypothyroidism in latent cases. In people who have the risk of hypothyroidism, if they continue using too much of soy based products, okay, it can create hypothyroidism. Okay, so now the shift, there is again a shift in consumer attitude. Okay, earlier, if you see, let's say 5 years back, just 5 years back, how many packages have you seen? How many food items that you see in supermarket? Did you ever notice each and every brand mentioning gluten free, soy free, vegan? Have you seen these taglines in the packaged food available just 5 years back? It was the only tagline when we were growing up. The only tagline we know is to identify is it veg or non-veg. The egg mark was there. Okay, that was the only identifier people used to use earlier, just to know if it is, if vegetarians can use it or not. But now there is much more demarcations. Yeah, the green and the red round which was used. Okay, now it is triangle in shape. The shapes have slightly changed for non-vegetarians and vegetarians, right? But right now, whatever food is marketed, produced, manufactured, packaged, majority of their packages, they have these extra taglines. It is vegan, it is soy free, no soy, okay, no lactose, no milk products, so and so. So with consumer attitude, the manufacturers also have to create some diversions in their packaging. So this is the change in consumer attitude that also makes you make certain food choices. Okay, your belief system, your knowledge, etc. An optimistic bias means, um, if you ask a North Indian what is the healthiest food, they will say what my parents used to give me, what my grandparents used to have. If you ask the South Indian, they will also say the same thing. What our ancestors used to eat, that was the healthiest food. You ask a East Indian, West Indian, everyone will say the same thing. What our ancestors used to eat was the healthiest food. Okay, but do you think all their ancestors had the same food if it was the healthiest? They didn't had the same food. It was completely different forms of food. but they consider it the healthiest. What their ancestors had was the healthiest. So this is the optimistic bias. Okay, what we had or what we are having is the healthiest. Okay, no more discussion. What's happening is should just continue happening. We should not make any major shift or change in our diet, because what we are having already, what the meal pattern that we follow, the kind of recipes that we make, our staple food, that is the best, and it should continue like that. So this kind of thought process is called optimistic bias. Okay, you are positively uh, being biased. Okay, these are the determinants of food choice. One more is the medical conditions. Okay, even if you want to eat certain kind of food, your medical condition does not allow you. Am I audible to all? Am I audible? Is my screen visible? Then the last determinant is your medical condition. Okay, your medical condition may restrict you from having certain food, like diabetes. Okay, you can't have high glycemic index food. Hypertension, you can't have high sodium food. Okay, kidney conditions, you have to control your protein intake, and so on. Okay, so your medical conditions can also determine what food you can have, what you should not. Okay, so far is it clear to all? Determinants of food choices. Next is functional food. Apart from the general nutrition, what other functions your food can do for your body? Okay, first is antioxidant effect. Free radicals that are supposed to damage your food can be taken care by these antioxidants. Okay, there is a whole list of antioxidants in various sources of food. But apart from that, certain vitamins, certain nutrients can also have antioxidant effect. For example, beta carotene, that's a form of vitamin A. Vitamin C, we all know vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. Okay, vitamin E as well. So these are few nutrients that can act as a really good and potent antioxidant. They're vitamins, nutrients, but along with that, they are powerful antioxidants as well. Okay, so they can tackle the damage caused by free radicals. Okay, free radicals can damage your cells at a DNA level. Okay, so dietary antioxidants are very important. Then you have the under even under antioxidants, different groups of food. Okay, for example, if you just take the cereals, okay, corn, Corn is a cereal which has the highest amount of antioxidant. Corn and ragi. Okay. Then bajra, jowar, rice, milled rice. Okay. Wheat flour has the lowest. Okay. It just has 24 microgram per 100 gram of antioxidant. But ragi has 173. So ragi, then you have the corn, maize, okay, bajra, jowar, rice, and even under your dals, okay, pulses, rajma, soybean, green peas, green gram, that is moong dal. Okay, these are the best forms of cereals and pulses that also has antioxidant effect. Okay. In pulses, chickpeas as well, and anything that is sprouted. You sprout a pulse, you are boosting their antioxidant level. Okay. Yeah, maize is corn. Corn. Any form of corn. Makka, what we say in Hindi. Vegetables and fruits, we all know. And among the vegetables and fruits, the guava, which is found in India, amruk, okay, highest amount of antioxidants that is found in amruk. And then the Indian plum, jamun and all, okay, apple. These are the fruits that have highest antioxidants. Watermelon has the kind of lowest. Right? Watermelon is widely used, but it has kind of the lowest antioxidant level. Mango, orange, pomegranate. These are other fruits. Dry fruits, walnuts have the highest. Walnuts are the best source of vitamin E and antioxidants. Even pistachios, the black brown raisins. Spices, we all know, curcumin in turmeric. Okay. Cloves, cinnamon, bay leaves, star anise. Okay. They are really good. The more pungent or astringent tasting and smelling a spice is, consider it has the highest amount of antioxidant. Okay, because antioxidants are like, see, it's kind of a toxin that plants produce to stay away from predators. Okay, so the more pungent and strong a spice is, okay, for how do you consider, how would you know how pungent and strong the spice is? You use it at very less amount, like nutmegs, cloves. Okay, you can't put a handful of cloves in a food. Can you do that? It will really, it has psychedelic effects, right? So cloves and all, you use it at a very little amount, just hardly one or two cloves you will put in any gravy that you make for a day, right? So these are quite strong spices. The stronger spice it has, the strong smell, the pungent or astringent taste it has, okay, the highest amount of antioxidant effect also it will have. Okay, so that's about the spices. Tea and coffee, we all know flavonoids that are found in green tea, black tea, and black coffee is the only well-researched beverage that has highest antioxidant level, much more than black tea and tea, if you have black coffee without sugar. Okay, it's a very strong, potent antioxidant, well researched. Numerous studies support it, having black coffee. Okay, and the good properties of black coffee. But in a limited content, okay? There is a upper limit of the amount of caffeine humans can have, and it's not more than 200 mg. Okay, it's around that. So limiting caffeine, cardamom as well. Cardamom also. The lowest, the lowest antioxidant is found in poppy seeds. Okay. Instant coffee also. There is nothing wrong with instant coffee. The instant coffee powders that you get, they are as good, because in instant coffee powder, you are freeze drying it. Okay. You are not heating the coffee. Am I audible to all? In the process of making instant coffee powder, you're freeze drying the coffee. You're using cooling effect to make it, you're using nitrogen gas to make it completely dry, right? So it conserves a lot of antioxidants, instant coffee powder. Okay. Lowest antioxidant is seen in poppy seeds, cuscus seeds, what we say, poppy seeds, cuscus seeds. It's used in kheer and all. Okay. That has the lowest antioxidant. Even seed oils, flax seeds are really effective. Rice bran oil, sesame oil. Okay. These are good seed oils which has antioxidant properties. Red wine, jaggery. Okay, these are the food groups. Then the detoxifying effect. See, detoxifying effect, don't get it wrong. These are not supposed to take the toxins out of your body. Okay. If you have a really healthy liver, healthy functioning kidneys, and you give your body 7 to 8 hours of sound sleep. Okay. If these three criteria are met, you have a healthy liver, you have a healthy kidneys, and you give your body 7 to 8 hours of complete sound sleep at night. Okay. Your body can detoxify itself out of all the toxins. You don't require any detoxifying green juice, detox teas. Okay, this is not required at all. These all are marketing gimmicks. Okay, but certain foods, we consider them detoxifying. Why? They take care of the toxin, just like how antioxidants do it. Okay, so if somebody asks you what are the good, great detoxifying food, okay, just give them the list of antioxidant rich food. It's one and the same thing. Okay, but the detox name, okay, it has become a really big marketing gimmick. A lot of brands with absolutely no evidence-based medical researches, okay, are out there selling their products under the banner of detox drinks, detox food and all. It does not happen like that. The only organ that is capable for detoxing your body is your liver, your kidneys. Okay. And when you are well rested, your skin also detoxifies itself. Okay. So that is about detoxifying effect of food. Just look at the antioxidant rich food. That's your detoxifying agents as well. Okay. See, again, it's a marketing gimmick. Okay. Instead of going and enrolling to detox classes and all, best thing, if you are a smoker or if you are an alcoholic, try to get rid of these behaviors. Okay. If you don't drink, if you don't smoke, okay, 70% of your problems are solved. Okay. Drinking, smoking, and moderate consumption of sugar. Moderate consumption. Consuming sugar is not bad. Okay. You can consume sugar. 25 grams is the upper limit. Don't go beyond it. Okay. So if your sugar consumption is normal, it's under control. It's a very controlled form of sugar that you use. You don't drink, you don't smoke. 70 to 80% of your problems are solved. Remaining 20%, it's like what is genetic in you and when it will trigger. Okay. Your epigenetics and your internal genetics will take care of the other 20%. Okay. Then blocking and suppressing effect. This is usually done by any anti-cancerous food. Okay. Certain food, they have these antioxidants that can suppress tumor formation, cancer formations, and all, like cloves and garlic. Okay. They can block the activity of toxins and also bacteria or virus as well. Okay. And if these toxins want to do some mutation in your DNA at the DNA level. Okay, some food, some antioxidants can go and repair it as well. Okay, so that's the blocking and the suppressing effect. They prevent any potential toxic effects from food or any other agents from damaging your tissues or damaging your cells. Okay, like if you have food that is rich in beta carotenoids have a really good blocking and suppressing effect. Okay, they can prevent lung cancer. Lung cancer can be prevented if you consume good amount of beta carotene. Okay, like eating yellow vegetables, seeds, pumpkins, yams. Okay, legumes as well, beans and legumes, soy based food, soya products, soy milk, soya bean, soya chunks, okay, tofu. This can uh, reduce the risk of breast cancer, uterus cancer, prostate cancer. Even though products are goitrogens means goiter causing agents. Okay, but that one disadvantage is not enough to ban soya based products, because the health benefits that soya based products they bring to the table is much higher than just being a goitrogen. Okay, that's the blocking and suppressing effect. An anti-inflammatory effect, all antioxidants by default are anti-inflammatory, omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, all the every anti oxidant that we discussed, they also play as an anti-inflammatory agents. Then hypocholesteremic effect. Hypocholesteremic effect. Reducing cholesterol in blood. Hypo, less cholesterol. You know what cholesterol is. And emic means in blood. Okay. Food that can reduce cholesterol in your blood. Fiber. Okay. Eating fiber rich food. Garlic. Having buttermilk, yogurt, curd, good probiotics in your body, healthy gut, having a good peristalsis movement because of your fiber in the food. These can reduce the cholesterol. Having garlic water in the morning is usually beneficial. It cannot cure your cholesterol, but it can help you control it better. Okay. Then you have the antibacterial effect. We all know turmeric. Okay, it's antiseptic, it's antibacterial. Curcumin that is in turmeric, and all probiotics and prebiotics. They help. All the probiotics are live bacteria that you're introducing in your gut. Okay, probiotics can fight bad bacteria. Good bacteria in your body can fight off the bad bacteria. So that is causing antibacterial effect. Hypoglycemic effect, all the food that can reduce blood glucose level. Fenugreek is the best example of it. Legumes, beans, okay, they are all hypoglycemic in nature, and also fiber, okay, isabgol, fenugreek flakes. These all are really good for controlling diabetes. Yeah, crush a garlic, add a little bit warm water, let it seep for 5-10 minutes, and after that have it. Okay. Crush the garlic. When you crush the garlic, only then that good enzymes will seep out of it into the water. Just by soaking the garlic, it's not that effective. The more that is pungent, the more obviously, the more pungent it is, the more smelly it is. It naturally has certain phenols that are supposed to be antioxidant in nature. Okay, more potent. Then digestive effect, all fiber rich food, fermented food, and if you have indigestion, okay, we all know we use ginger, kind of a home remedy, ginger, asafoetida, that is hing, ajwain, okay, fennel seeds. These all are household remedies that everyone uses. Okay, if you have gas, bloating, okay, your go-to is always with ginger. Ginger is the most common theme in every household. Ajwain, ginger, okay, and also arrowroot powder. So these all have digestive effect. They calm down your uh, apple cider vinegar. It's controversial. Okay, apple cider vinegar. It's good to control your glycemic index if you drink it first. If you drink it first, and then have fiber, then have your food. Okay, acetic acid in apple cider vinegar will help you control the blood glucose level. Apple cider vinegar will not lead to weight loss, okay, or other form of gut health. Okay, ACV does not do that. It has a hypoglycemic effect because only if you follow this, have apple cider vinegar first thing before lunch, before dinner, not like on empty stomach in the morning you're having it, not like that. Okay, if you have a spoon of apple cider vinegar mixed in a glass of water before your lunch, before your dinner, okay, or any vinegar that has acetic acid, okay, that can control your blood glucose levels. Then immunopotentiating effect, all your probiotics that introduce good bacteria, prebiotics that help in the growth of good bacteria. Okay, garlic, beetroot, these are the examples. Then you also have fortified food, that is modern food, that they modified food that they don't exist like that in the nature. Okay, uh, you industrialized the production of it, you fortify it with good nutrients. Okay, then it is called a modified functional food. For example, your iodized salt or double fortified salt. Salt, as it is just sodium chloride. What is salt? It is sodium chloride. That's it. But when you fortify it, you are adding components of iodine and iron into it. You're making it much better. Okay, so it's a functional food. It can take care of your thyroid health. It can take care of your iron requirements. So is it clear to all? Crush 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, not more. Okay, just 1 clove is also enough. If it is a big garlic you are using, 1 clove. If the small one, if you are using, 2 cloves are enough. Okay, crush it, put hot water into it or warm water into it, close it. Okay, because you can't have piping hot water. Okay, and you can't sit and sip garlic water. It would not taste that good, right? So let the lukewarm warm water cool down a bit that you can gulp down the garlic water. You can gulp down the garlic as well. Just swallow it. Okay. Don't go into biting it. You will find it too difficult. Okay. So when you gulp down the garlic along with the water, you are not just controlling your cholesterol, but you are introducing this garlic as a probiotic for your gut as well. Okay, so it is taking care of your gut health as well as it is taking care of your cholesterol issues. Okay. Now, poppy seeds don't give you hallucinations, but it can induce sedation. Okay. It will give you a good sleep, poppy seeds. If it is used in kheer and all, usually in Karnataka and all, poppy seeds are used in making payasam kheer.
Yeah, after having that in the lunch, you will sleep peacefully. Okay. Early morning, empty stomach is ideal to take garlic water. You can take a screenshot of this antioxidants and their major sources, major good antioxidants, names of these antioxidants and their major sources. No, people with GERD should avoid it. Okay, otherwise their mouth will always smell like garlic. See, you can have this garlic water before brushing your teeth. Okay, even if you're traveling in whatever country, have garlic water before brushing your teeth. Then you follow your oral hygiene. The problem is solved. You will definitely have your breakfast as well. Okay, does not mean that your breakfast is also going to be too garlicky, right? If you want to have garlic water to control your cholesterol, have it before brushing your teeth, before performing your oral hygiene, then continue with your oral hygiene. It's sorted. You will not feel that smell. See, taking garlic water is it becomes kind of a lifestyle for people who suffer from cholesterol. Okay, this is advised for people who suffer from cholesterol. It becomes a lifestyle. As long as you have cholesterol, or as long you have risk of having cholesterol, just continue it. Okay. In whey protein, it's casein. Okay, it's not just plain whey protein. Specifically, casein that is in whey protein. It's a really good uh, form of protein. Also has antioxidant properties. You don't have to soak it throughout the day, uh, throughout the night. Just add hot water, let it sit for a while so that it cools down a bit. Then you can gulp it down. There is no superfood that can help with weight loss. Okay, you have to be in a calorie deficient state. Only then weight loss can happen. You exercise or you don't exercise, but your body should be in a calorie deficient state. Then weight loss will be achieved. Even just by focusing on your diet without exercise, you can achieve weight loss to a certain extent. If you want to push it further, if you want to accelerate your results, exercising is better. Okay. Lack of protein in the diet and losing weight, you are losing muscles. You will see your skin collapsing. Okay, it does not have that turgor. You will find that on your skin. It could be water retention. Water retention is more common in women as compared to men. This is also food along with the antioxidants as mentioned in the book. You can just go through it later. Then coming to the food group system. Food group system, we have 2 to 3 main food group system. There is a food group and 4 food group as well. ICMR has suggested the 4 food group system in India. Okay, but usually we have a 5 food group system. So don't get confused between food groups and nutrients. Okay, this is food group, different types of food, sources of food, like in form of cereals, pulses, legumes, milk, egg, flesh, meat-based food, fruits, vegetables, fats, sugar. These are different types of food with which you make a recipe, you make a meal. Okay, so these are the food groups. Nutrients are your macronutrients, micronutrients, minerals, electrolytes. Okay, they come under nutrients, vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Okay, and they are nutrients. These are food groups. Okay. So under cereals and grain products, you have your rice, wheat, ragi, bajra, maize, jowar, barley, okay, poha, wheat flour. Okay, they all come under cereals and grains. Okay, they are good sources of energy, some amount of protein, not much, lots of vitamins and minerals, iron, fiber as well. Okay, it has fat also. They have fat content as well. Coming to pulses and legumes, all your dals and this beans and all, lentils, moong dal, urad dal, okay, rajma, split lentils, whole lentils, masoor dal and all, okay, cowpeas, chickpeas, kala chana, kabuli chana, okay, that these things, rajmas, soya beans, beans, good sources of protein, but they also give you energy. They also have carbohydrates. Okay? They also have fat content, vitamins and minerals. They have more calcium as compared to cereals. Cereals don't have much calcium, okay, apart from ragi. But pulses, most of them, they are good sources of calcium as well. Milk and milk products, all your dairy products, meat like chicken, liver, fish, egg, red meat, white meat, lean meat and red meat, good sources of protein, fat. Apart from milk, all the other sources, milk has lactose, which is carbohydrates. Apart from milk, eggs, all flesh food, meat are good sources of protein and fat. They don't have carbohydrates, okay, apart from milk. Then fruits and vegetables are another group. Okay, all seasonally available fruits and vegetables. In vegetables, green leafy vegetables are also included. Okay, rich sources of minerals and vitamins, fiber. Then finally, you have the fats and sugars. Sugar is jaggery, honey, table sugar that we use. Okay, brown sugar, white sugar, refined one. They say jaggery, honey, date syrup, all sorts of sugar will give you the same glycemic index. Doesn't mean jaggery is better, honey is better, but in what terms? Okay, in what classification do you call jaggery as better? In terms of vitamins and minerals, yes, jaggery has few minerals. It has few. It has few more nutrients as compared to refined sugar. Okay, but when you see the way how jaggery can spike your glucose levels and how sugar can spike your glucose levels, it's the same thing. It's the same way. Okay. So under what category do you call it better than sugar is important. Okay. So this is the 5 food group system. Then you have the 4 food group plan. ICMR usually recommends the 4 food group, so it's not that confusing. Okay. So what happens in 4 food group is that cereals and pulses you have combined into one. Okay. Remaining all is the same. Okay. Cereals and pulses becomes one group. Rice and dal. Okay. Beans, legumes, all the staple cereals, they all become in one group. Then you have vegetables, fruits, animal sources, milk, animal products, then sugar and fat. Okay, just like the 5 food group. Yeah, if you are avoiding sugar, you have to avoid everything. If you want to, if insulin sensitivity, insulin resistance, diabetes, if these are your targets, okay, All forms of sugar you have to avoid. It's not just refined sugar. Okay. The only alternative you have is to use some form of artificial sweeteners for few months and start developing a taste for non-sweet items. Okay. Go for natural sugars, like fruits have natural sugar. Okay. Stevia is good. Stevia and monk fruit extracts, they are good. They come under natural forms of artificial sugar. Okay. Stevia is not sugar. Stevia does not spike your blood sugar levels. Okay. But for a long-term basis, none of the artificial sugar is recommended. Okay. Because artificial sugars are also as addictive as normal sugars. Okay. Just to replace one addiction, you don't want to start another addiction. If you want to control your sugar intake, if you want to overcome your sweet cravings, you have to learn not to eat too much of sweet. That is the ultimate way. Okay. Or you have to minimize your sweet consumption. You have to be very conscious about your sweet consumption. That is the only way. Okay. On a daily basis, for few months, you can take stevia. Okay. For example, you are in an extremely tight schedule of losing weight. Within 3 months, some elective surgery has to be done. Until and unless you lose certain amount of weight, a surgery cannot be performed or certain things cannot be achieved. Okay, so you completely let go sugar and you switch stevia or any other artificial sugars for those few months. Okay, and slowly you have to taper that also down. You have to let go of those sweeteners as well. Okay, or immediately you got diagnosed with diabetes. From the next day onwards, there is nothing sweet for you. It is difficult for you to accommodate such drastic shift. Okay. So to shift your body, shift your mind into no sugar life. Okay. This stevia and artificial sugars can become that kind of bridge. Okay. Always use artificial sugars, artificial sweeteners as a bridge between your sugar consumption and no sugar consumption. Okay. Or limited sugar consumption. If you're not diabetic, you can still be under the limited sugar consumption. Okay. And how much is this 25 grams? When you go to some hotels, okay, when you go to any hotel or you go to any cafe, they give you this sugar sachet separately. Do you know, do you understand the size of it? One single sachet. Ideally, they give you two sachets of sugar, but just take one package of that sugar sachet. That one package is roughly 5 grams of sugar. Okay. So 5 such sachets is what WHO recommends you on a daily basis, not more than that. So the next time, or if you have these sachets at home, or the next time you go to a hotel or you go to a cafe, they give you this sugar sachets to mix into your drink. Okay, just take 5 of those sachets and see how much sugar is there. That is 25 grams. Okay. Only that much you are allowed on a daily basis if you are a non-diabetic. Is it clear to all? Then you have the general ICMR guidelines. ICMR has given a lot of guidelines. Eat variety of food. Okay, ensure a balanced diet. Don't be monotonous. Have the same dal bath or same sabzi on a daily basis. Bring variety. Make it colorful. Okay. And if there is a pregnant woman, lactating woman, there is a provision of extra food and calories in their diet. Okay. As much as possible, encourage breastfeeding. exclusive breastfeeding. Okay, at least and continue the breastfeeding at least 2 years of life. And feed home-based food for children. Don't introduce lactogen or any outside formula. Try to introduce home-based food while weaning your child. Okay. For adolescents, focus on iron-rich food. For children, focus on growth-rich food. Eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. Moderate consumption of oil and sugar. Okay, and if you come from a background of using a lot of ghee, butter, vanaspati, consume it less. Okay, use less ghee, vanaspati, butter, and all. Avoid overeating. Exercise regularly. Be physically active. Restrict your salt intake. Use safe and hygienic techniques to store food, cook food, handle food. Okay, follow hygiene practices like always wash your hands before preparing something. Appropriate cooking methods like using pressure cooker. There is no harm in using pressure cooker. It saves a lot of uh, fuel. Okay, it saves a lot of time. There is nothing wrong with pressure cooking. You don't lose any nutrients in pressure cooking. Close your lid and cook the food. Okay, because when you close a kadhai with a lid, you are saving your fuel, you're saving your time and energy, right? 25 grams of sugar. Okay, what modes of sugar? It depends on you. Are you a jaggery user, refined sugar user, brown sugar user? But majority, if you see, 90% of the country uses refined sugar, the white sugar. Okay, so you will identify with that sachet how much sugar you can use, right? Be liberal with green leafy vegetables. Okay, green leafy vegetables and vegetables you can be liberal. How much ever you want, you can eat. Drink water, plenty of water. Control the sugar intake. And supplementation for elderly people. Micronutrient rich food or micronutrient supplements for elderly senior citizen. Then you have the Mediterranean diet guide and the My Plate guide. My Pyramid and My Plate for Indians it is not useful. Okay. The four food group plan is more than enough. Okay, then we have the Mediterranean diet plan. Uh, it's the most ideal diet plan. Okay, but having the knowledge of it is good, but adopting it is difficult based on the palate that India has. Okay, we are a plant. Generally speaking, uh, majority of Indians are non-vegetarian, but majority of our food is plant-based. But it is not raw food, raw plant-based food. It's cooked plant-based food. Okay, so that is why it becomes difficult to adapt Mediterranean diet in Indian cuisine. Okay, and not every household it is okay to have alcohol or red wine on a daily basis. Okay, Mediterranean diet they use a lot of fruits and vegetables in abundance. Very liberally they will use vegetables, fruits 2 to 3 times a day. Okay, but vegetables is mostly raw. It's different kind of salads. Okay, feta salads, fruit and feta salad, or the Greek salad. Different forms of salad is used. Okay, they don't use much of red meat. Am I audible to all? Am I clear? Am I audible? Okay. Mediterranean diet, they don't use a lot of red meat. It's very sparingly they will use red meat. Beef, pork, mutton, lamb. Okay. Very little they will use. But they use a lot of fish. Okay. Mediterranean diet, it usually comes from Greece. Okay, and fishing is a main economy for Greece. So they use a lot of fish in their diet. Fish, eggs, poultry. Okay, lean meat and fish is used more. A lot of cheese. Okay, milk and cheese. So that's that Mediterranean diet. And the oil, they exclusively use olive oil and plant-based oil. But olive oil is the most common one. Then the other part of menu planning, how you make a menu plan, we'll see next week. Next week, Monday, there is no class. Okay. Next Monday, there is no class. Tuesday, I will inform. Okay. But next Monday, I think it is 2nd September, maybe. 2nd September, there is no class. Thank you all. That's all for today. Any disease condition based doubts if you have, those chapters will be taken in the future.